doing here, you ask? Well, you might remember once upon a time I took all my vermicompost and I put it into this bin, and I had left some time for any cocoons to hatch. Now, it's kind of a ticking clock on this because I needed to use this. I need to use this compost here for my gardening. And basically, the opportunity to let the worms evacuate this time has ended for that. So at this point, I'm going to do kind of a quick screening. You can see I've started already, allowing the light to cause the worms to penetrate deeper into the material and skimming the top to just try to separate the castings from the worms. So I'm doing some of that now, and I'm doing a pretty good job keeping the worms out of sight. But pretty soon we're going to be seeing a bunch of worms, and that's why I've got the camera here. So let me continue with this for now, and once we start getting deeper and seeing some worms, we'll get the camera back out. Just as long as we're on the topic, for those of you who are wondering, this is the bin that was above the vermicompost. The bin with the holes on the bottom, allowing the worms to vertically migrate up. So this has been sitting here for a while now, but basically there's still a bunch of vermicompost stuck to the bottom of this as well. So I'll have to clean that off, and then this is where the worms are going to go once we finish sifting. So, all right, let me get back to work, and we'll check back in soon. In this stuff, I just kind of jumbled it together a bit to bring it further back and to pile it up a bit higher again, like so. And in the process of doing so, I revealed a whole bunch of worms. So before I could do any more scraping, I gotta give these guys a little time to retreat down into the material, but I think pretty soon I'm gonna be left with a I think pretty soon I'm just going to end up with a big hunk of squirmy worms. Well, we're getting down to the end of it. Looks like a tray of half-eaten brownies, right? I've already pushed it up once before, just to give it more surface area for me to scrape. Thinking of doing it again because last time I did see a lot of worms. So let's try pushing this up a little bit again one last time. Give it a few more scrapes, but then I'm gonna probably end up treating the remainder as just sort of a solid block of worms at that point. Alrighty, so I'm not going to worry about trying to remove the last of these castings. I'm pretty certain that this is just a dense block of worms at this point. Alright, so what are we left with here? Just pull it off the wall a little bit. So we can just kind of like unroll it. So yeah, we got a nice load of worms in here, as I suspected. There's really not a lot of compost left in here. It's mostly worms. Lots of little ones. So these must have been newly hatched. Luckily they found enough food within the vermicompost bin to survive and thrive. Some even made their way out into the other bin through the vertical migration, but this is the this was the last ditch effort to recoup as many of our worm population as possible before utilizing the vermicompost out in the garden. So gotta be a few hundred in there, I would say. Okay, I think it's time to place them into their new home. That's the majority of them. Get a little bit more light on the subject. I guess this will leave a nice little pile of vermicompost on the top. Maybe once the worms have burrowed down, I could scoop it up. It's probably a good idea. I could probably do that in about 5 or 10 minutes. So I've got some other cleanup I can do around here in the meantime. That also includes cleaning up the bottom of this bin, but I'm not going to stick around for that. I'm not going to video all that. Let's just call it a day for now. But I hope you enjoyed my little compost cleaning session. Trying to retain my population, and I know my garden's going to be happy. It's beautiful compost. Alright everyone, thanks again for watching, and I really hope you enjoyed it. If you did, give it a thumbs up. That would make my day. And you know, if you want to see more content like this in the future, then you can always sign up and become a subscriber to my channel, and you'll get updates every time I post new videos. Alright everyone, have a great day. Thanks for watching. Bye.